Hello, my beautiful people, and welcome back to another Animal Logic commentary. I hope you guys are having the merriest of Christmases and the happiest of holidays and the season's earliest of greetings. That the last one doesn't really work now, does it? Today we're doing a commentary of In Among Us Christmas, and hey, look at the old film buff Christmas outfit. That was quite the trip. So, basically, the reason why I decided to do the good old fashioned Among Us episode of Animal Logic was because I knew that I wanted to make a episode of Animal Logic based around Among Us because I just knew for a fact that this is going to be a great idea. This idea sounds super fun. It will be really cool to do it with this cast of characters. I love how it looked really translucent in front of the door. But basically, with this cast of characters, I knew that it would be really fun, really enjoyable if I did the little Among Us plot. But I knew that I couldn't wait until the next year because I didn't know how relevant the game would be. Turns out it was reasonably relevant in 2021. It's not as popular now, more for the memes, but it was huge during the pandemic. And the reason why I didn't get on the train in November is because, it is because I did the very first Friday the 13th episode of Animal Logic that year, that November. And if you guys checked out the most recent Friday the 13th Part 6, please let me know what you thought of that in the comments below. Also, the reason it's Christmas themed is because this was uh, one of the last episodes of the year, and I kind of had to get this one out of the way. So, fuck it. In Among Us Christmas. A very untraditional type of Christmas episode, but I managed to make it tie into Christmas at the very end of the video, so hey, that works. So it has been brought to my attention that Deadpool was the most recent addition to the Animal Logic main cast. And he premiered 4.5 years ago at the top of season 5. We haven't introduced a new character in quite a while, and I mean, I didn't do that on purpose. I guess I just kind of stopped that era. Although, then again, at the same time, I was writing the Animal Logic sequel film, the Animal Logic the Monster movie, which hopefully will be out in 2026. But basically, because I was writing the movie and I didn't want to have to force all the new characters that I would add into the show and the main cast into that script, I kind of just stopped introducing main characters. And it wasn't really intentional. It just kind of worked out that way. But it was also just a hell of a lot more convenient to just do that. Because I've been wanting to add Elmo into the cast for a long time. I've had this Elmo puppet since pre-COVID, and I'm like, Elmo would be a perfect addition to the cast. We can make him be all fucked up and say some weird shit. It'd be perfect. But we've yet to do that. And you know what? No, Deadpool isn't the most recent addition. It was Kelly, SpongeBob's girlfriend, and she only shows up occasionally, so I hesitate to call her main cast. Although, whenever we do scenes where everybody's in the same room, typically Kelly's there too. But I haven't really used her a whole lot in the last few years, mainly because she's one of the few characters who I don't voice. But regardless, so yeah, how I went about selecting the various characters for the Among Us game is that I went off of the actual video game. I went off the game, and every single character in this episode is based off of one of the different colors. Like SpongeBob is yellow, Mario is red. No, wait, not Mario. Mario's not even in this episode. So Deadpool is red, uh, Sonic is blue. We made Film Buff the white guy, and even the original thumbnail on Mr. Johnson is directly based off of the uh, cover art for the game.
If everyone's supposed to be a color for the game, then what the frick am I supposed to be? Yes. Oh. I'm red.
I just love how fucking clueless Film Buff is on just about on the whole like the fact that we chose him based off a race. I just think that's silly. Um, so I did something like a big oopsie in the final quarter of 2020 for Animal Logic, where every Animal Logic, with the exception of the New Year's episode, resulted in the main cast getting murdered in various fashions. Because there were the two Halloween episodes. Oh, there's snow. It's a Christmas episode. Uh, Forgot we did that to Fozzie in the episode. Oh, it's fucked up. But like basically, we there were the two Halloween episodes where various members of the cast kind of got killed. Then obviously there was Friday the 13th where a lot of cast members got murdered, and then there was this episode where more cast members got murdered, and we didn't have room in the episode to kind of explain why they're alive, and we explained this in like a different video on, and well, it's explained towards like the end of the episode actually, where like SpongeBob made a deal with the devil to bring the characters back to life. And, you know, as we see at the end of this episode, SpongeBob makes another deal with the devil to bring them back to life. But I guess SpongeBob and the devil realized we can't keep doing this, so we're just not going to do this afterwards. So, I just love how Jimmy dies from a fucking paint roller. That's awesome. That's such a unique way to kill somebody, just with a paint roller. Uh, but yeah, and afterwards, for next year's Halloween special in 2021, we obviously stuck with the whole thing where we can't do deals with the devil anymore. So when at that point when characters died, they died. Like they were DED dead. And you know, we stuck with that until that year's Halloween episodes came around and we found this cloning machine from the alien. So now we have like this in-universe device where every time a character dies, we can just clone them and they'll come back. So from 2021 onwards, every time we kill somebody off, it's not that version of the character. They're technically not the same person. So technically, technically, it's not the same people for the entire show because of the whole multiple dimensions thing. But like, you know, the Kermit you saw get murdered in uh, the Alien is SpongeBob versus Alien Clones is not the same Kermit as, say, an Animal Logic Christmas Carol, if you catch my drift. And I love how we just have like the imposter thing with like the fucking washing machine. I just think that's so silly, and it's just so stupid. Like, here's the thing: if you guys are making YouTube videos on a budget, or even a no budget, like Animal Logic, work with your limitations. Even if your budget is so bad that you can't even afford a green screen, okay, just work with the limitations. Work with what you have. See what you have to play with, and do exactly that. Just play with it. This shot at the vacuum cleaner so it's fucking stupid. Like, and then he dies from the vacuum cleaner. Oh my god! Like, I straight up have not watched this video since I made it, so a lot of these memories are just kind of coming back to me. Because, like, obviously the big thing I remember with this video is the ending, which ultimately ties it back to Christmas. And it's really fucking stupid. Maybe I should bring that plot point back in a future Christmas episode. Although, next year we'll make the 5th anniversary, so maybe, just maybe, next year will be the right time. We got the Nightmare Before Christmas wreath in the background. And if any of you heathens say that it's not a Christmas movie, it's a Halloween movie, I'd say, fuck you, it's both. Do the math. So yeah. This scene, the part where Film Buff dies via crappy special effects and with the blood, I forgot about the blood. That was in the intro for a long time. I think it's still in the intro. I don't know. I'll have to look back at the most recent episode that used that intro and see if it's still there. Because, like, when I'm making the intros, I like to replace some older clips, some older random clips, with clips from newer episodes. Obviously, not all the clips have to be from new episodes, just a small handful to show that, we updated the intro a little bit to have moments, weird, wacky moments from previous episodes. I'm pretty sure that the most recent episode included, well, the most recent episode that had the intro included the scene in Friday the 13th Part 4 where Jason just disappears into nothingness. I've, to this day, my friends will tell me that that is like their absolute favorite joke. And this is probably my favorite part of the episode, where like it was revealed that, oh, Kermit and Deadpool, they're the imposters the whole time, and they were Christmas elves. So like these were my actual elves on the shelf, and yeah, the funny thing is, well, the one in the red was like my actual elf on a shelf from when I was a kid and I believed in that type of stuff. And obviously the one in green is like a more modern one, which you can tell because of how ugly it looks. And are those round ears? Those ears look a little, I guess they're a little pointed, but I don't know, they don't quite look like elf ears. But regardless, I think it's pretty funny on how these Christmas elves are just kind of murdering people. And, you know, all these years later, we still haven't yet to introduce Santa Claus into the universe when two of his elves have canonically murdered people in this universe, which we recently referenced in the Halloween episode for this year, SpongeBob the Devil. And the elves aren't going to make an appearance, but they do get referenced in Animal Logic, the monster movie. So keep an eye out for that elf reference in the movie.
And you're coming in between you and
So the rest of this video is just SpongeBob trying to fight off the two Christmas elves. And, honestly, I think, this part of the video was kind of fun. But, I think we probably could have thought of something better in terms of trying to get rid of these elves. Like, maybe make their demise a little more festive. Like, have it tied to the holiday a little bit more. Or have it tied to the game a little bit more. Because, at this point, the Among Us factor is just gone. And we're kind of just focusing on SpongeBob hunting down these... I kept the shot of my fucking dog. And I had SpongeBob ride her? That's crazy. Again, work with what you have, guys. If your dog part that just decides to pop into frame, work with it and make a fucking joke about it. Or you can just cut it. I don't care. You do you, boo. But, the way they get killed, it's fine. It's alright. But wait. We know they survived this because the green elf showed up in the 5th anniversary episode. So, who knows? We might see them return in a future Christmas installment. You may never know. And the shitty explosion is just stupid. But yeah, now we're up to the deal with the devil. It's a thing. SpongeBob makes a deal with the devil to bring his friends back. Sorry, that was my water bottle. So, because I already talked about this earlier in the commentary, I want to talk about the end credits song because I feel like it is my civic duty to tell you about this. The song that I use for the end credits is called Christmas Means Nothing Without You. And it comes from another Christmas movie that has to do with murder, technically. It's called Anna and the Apocalypse. It is a zombie Christmas musical, and it is such a fun trip of a film. And it has become my duty every holiday season to make sure that as many people watch this movie as possible. Like, I tell literally everybody who's looking for, like, new Christmas movies to watch, I'm like, you gotta watch Anna and the Apocalypse. It's so good. Because I never hear anybody talk about it in, like, any of the circles. And there's, like, a lot of crossover with the many circles that I'm in online. So, theoretically, I should be hearing more people talk about this at Christmas time. But you never hear anybody talk about it. So, if you guys are listening to this commentary, please do yourself a favor and go watch Anna and the Apocalypse. I believe it's streaming on Hulu. At least that's how I watched it. Although it is available to rent on Amazon, and you can always buy a DVD or Blu-ray. So, definitely seek the movie out. It is so good and so fun. And, that was our last deal with the devil in order to bring people back to life. Or who knows, maybe SpongeBob will make a deal with the devil later. We brought this up in SpongeBob the Devil, but we haven't really been utilizing the trolls much, with the exception of the devil. It's kind of just been like a thing we mostly did in the past. Because, like, as we got kind of used to, like, doing the more storyline things, I was taking a nap on the fucking tissues. Like, as we got used to doing more storylines, we kind of, like, pushed those aside, and they haven't really had, like, their own dedicated episode up until recently with the SpongeBob the Devil. But, like, before then, it was the Woody arc where he, with the robots, and he finally became good. And yeah, this is the song I was talking about. This is like a genuinely really good Christmas song. Highly recommend. But let me know in the comments if you guys want to see us bring back the trolls in like their own dedicated episode that's not about the Troll Devil. But anyway, guys, that should be it for this commentary. What other episodes do you think that I should make commentaries for? Please let me know down in the comments below. And also, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and ring that bell to be notified on when future videos are uploaded. There might be another Animal Logic this year. Who knows? You're going to have to stay subscribed to find out. But until then, I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays. And I will see you later. Bye!